was an amazing cart filling stuff. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Goodwill shopping day. I plan to hit up several stores today, starting with the best and biggest one in Portland. So let's see what we get. So let's see if I can actually pick a cart that doesn't rattle like crazy today. Ooh, smooth glider. Usually I'm the noisy one at the store. This ashtray is very pretty, like the cobalt blue. It's $8. I probably could shine up the silver on it. So two gorgeous pieces right next to each other. This server, $8. I've never really picked up a piece like this, so I gotta look it up. And then this, let's see if it's handmade or if it's, yeah, it is. Again, $8. Is that the price today? $8? We're just going to put everything we see and like in the cart. I got this in the art aisle. Not much else in the art aisle. It is only $3.99. It is definitely an original, kind of a strange piece. And then picture frames have been selling a ton, and I thought I would start trying to pick up more silver tone ones too and see how they do. As much as ducks are in, I have such a hard time picking them up. They're just a little too country for me. So I guess I'll leave them behind for that country girly. I got excited about this piece, but it's broken here, which is such a bummer. Oh my gosh, this is insanely cute. At first I was like, ooh, this is an interesting piece, thinking it was like a weird vase, but no, it's a wine glass that someone turned over and turned into a penguin. That is hysterical. Now this is a very interesting mug. Love the colors. $1.99. Okay, I think I'm gonna get it. A cute little cat box for $7. Yikes. Okay, that is steep. Too bad I didn't see this little dish before Valentine's Day. $1.99. A very cute tea trivet. I drink a lot of tea, so this is coming home. Holy cow, in the basket aisle, I just found a crane. Oh, but his wing is broken. That's why he's still here. What a bummer. He's still priced at $9.99. Lots of cute little carved animals. I'll be passing on all of them most likely. Yeah, he's missing his tusks. Well, in case anyone needs a reminder today. This is a cool mid-century tray. I don't know much about these. Oh, it's made in Japan. $7. I need to look it up. Someone certainly went to town on this. I'm not sure what they did to it made it look better. This is a really pretty vase. $2.99. It's a matte finish, which I don't like the texture of, but I also have texture issues. I can't touch certain things, certain surfaces. This one is really pretty. So I'm going through the end caps right now, and I found this adorable painted elephant for $1.99. Very folk art to me. And then this really pretty bowl with the blue splotches, although that probably doesn't make it sound that pretty, using the term splotches. And then this giant ceramic mug, like beer stein. So I need to check it over for any chips and stuff, because lately I have been missing chips and cracks, and it's been just making me so mad because I get it home and I realize, and then I can't sell it. Another cobalt blue glass piece, so they're $2.99 each. I looked them up and the comps are pretty good. So assuming no chips on all of them, I'm gonna grab them. So I literally just grabbed this out of one of the workers' hands as they went to restock it. I'm like, I want that. So $3.99. Here's a cute mug. We have a lot of vegans in this town. It is $3.99. Okay, I'm gonna get it. And behind it was another mug for vegans, $3.99. Love the butter yellow. And another really cool mug. This is a Colonial Williamsburg mug, according to Google. It's $3.99, which seems a little steep for it because most of the comps I think were around $15. But that was online, so maybe in my booth I can get it a little bit more like $18. Well, guys, the cart is filling up, which feels very good. Another handmade vase that is really pretty. Love the texture and the pattern on top. Has some gunk there. Looks like maybe glue. So is it broken or just gross? I don't know. $5. So I just pulled this lighthouse painting off the shelf. I think it's really nicely done. It has that big scratch, so I feel like I would need to go in and repair it because it's so prominent, which I don't mind repairing art, actually. I do that all the time. It is, let's see, how much is it? $8, the price of today's trip. So I guess I'll put in the cart and just decide later. A brown piece of pottery I'm so tempted to pick up, but every time I do, it just doesn't sell. But this one feels special, so now I don't know. This is what is going on in my head. It's $3, so the price is good. And then right here are some pretty cool bowls. $7.99. I like the pattern. The colors are very, I don't know, they're kind of giving me Christmas because of the green and the red, but that might just be me. So if there's one thing that makes me lose my mind out thrifting, it's this situation where it's $7 for a ruined Pyrex bowl. It's just insane. This is adorable for napkins. I think it might be handmade. It's $3.99, which is more than I'd probably want to spend on it because it's not worth a ton, but the colors are really cheerful. This little fish friend is so cute. I think it might be handmade. It's $4.99, but it has some chips at the top. And it's not just where the glazing adhere, it's actually like chips, so that's a bummer. So this set of spoons, they're so beautiful, but there's no way you can use them and not bust them up. It's just impossible. Just pulled this little broom off of a new cart. It is $2.99. So I looked a little bit closer at this painting and noticed that there's a barcode on the bottom. So I actually think it's a print, although it looks so textural. It definitely fooled me. So let's go back on the shelf. I found this very interesting wooden spoon scoop thing, $4.99. And this really cute painted organizer, but I realized on the side it's in kind of bad condition. So I've always wanted one of these screens, and usually they're plastic and in terrible shape, but this one is really solid and it has like shell there and it's hand painted. And it is 10. Okay. This is coming home. So I'm going through my cart and I think I'm getting most things. The only things I'm on the fence about are this frame because I realize it's $4.99 and I don't mark them up that high, so I'll probably pass on this. And I don't love this mid-century tray, but the comps are decent. Although I don't know if this looks chewed up. So I gotta give this a once over again. And then the ladle. So it's really cool. I love the handle. It's $4.99, so it's not that bad. I'm most excited about this folding screen. So this is why you go down every aisle, because I'm in the book area and someone went through their cart in this section, similar to what I'm gonna do. I usually come to the book aisle to go through my cart and stage it and organize it for photos. And there's this beautiful bowl here and some, looks like brass and copper metal trivets. Okay, so I restaged my cart. So it's now pretty for the cart shot for my thumbnail. And I do this every time because usually it's a hot mess and then I kind of arrange it to where it looks somewhat presentable. But today's finds are really lovely. So that was an amazing stop, and I got not just one box, but 2 boxes of stuff, which is awesome. So excited. Some of the stuff will go to Etsy, some of it will actually go to my booth. I'm actually going to head to my booth quickly to grab some things that you guys wanted from my last haul that I did not list on Etsy first. I took it straight to Tiny Brambles. So I'm gonna go grab those pieces, probably drop some of these pieces, and then we're gonna head out to more thrift stores. So more stops coming your way. While I'm here, I thought I would show you guys my booth. And I need to come in and do a little bit of a reset, but just dropped a few items off, hung some more art, just moved some stuff around. Here are my picture frames that I'm selling. I have a few here and just dotted around. I wanted to show you guys my bar bookcase. This is the one that's selling stuff for me all the time, which has been great. I just dropped these very cool ceramic goblets off, but I sell pairs and bigger sets. So don't ever leave a pair behind if they're really cool. And then this little sign people want to buy very badly, but I feel like this brands this shelf. So this was a underperformer for me for so long, and now it actually is selling stuff. Okay, so we're back in the car. I did a quick drop. I grabbed those items that some of you wanted from my last haul video, so we're heading to the next Goodwills. Walking into Goodwill stop number 2. Oh my goodness, I can't even over this rock. I mean, this is just a basic rock from like a parking lot. $1.99. So these emojis are adorable. They are ridiculous. Do I need these? No. Do I want them? Yes. I could turn them into cute little like magnets. I don't need that project, but oh man, am I gonna be able to say no to these? And then above them is this really pretty bowl. I feel like I find a lot of LT pottery. I need to figure out who that person is. Colors are nice. It is $4.99. A strange textural bowl. Kind of looks like bark on a tree. Don't love it. And it's $6.99. So I think it was my friend Laura who kept finding these glass boots everywhere. So this candle holder is really good. Looks handmade. Oh yeah, handcrafted by Byron in Maine. Well, thank you, Byron, for this very cool piece. It is $6.99. This is an absolute yes. This piece is very interesting. It has the pen holder here and this flap here, although I don't know why this top part is so big. It seems to be in, well, it has some cracks. $4.99. Not sure about that big one on top. It's a very cool piece though, and next to it are these adorable hand-painted spoons. They are $1.99. This is a giant handmade vase. Let's see how much it is. It is $7.99. I have a hard time selling really big pieces like this unless they are from someone that is well known. So I'll probably leave it behind, which is gonna kill me because the price is pretty good. And above that pot are these cool plates. They're fantastic and really well made. I don't know what the market is for something like this. So this little cross stitch is kind of cute. It's $1.99. Not really my vibe, but I do really like the message. So I just grabbed these shirts off the rack as I was walking by. Not for me, but to put in my booth. I feel like they have that like grandma tablecloth, like granny blanket type of vibe. They're really well made. They don't have any sort of tag on them, so I'm wondering like, oh, did someone like make these versus them be available at a store? So I don't know, but I may take a chance on them. Walking into Goodwill stop number 3. A lot of pottery pieces that are interesting, but not quite good enough. Like this mug is adorable, but it's very heavy. It was made by Parker Price. Good try, Parker Price. I do like your texture. You did a great job on texture. And this pitcher is very cute, but also extremely heavy and chunky, and I don't think you'd want to put any liquids in that. Now this ceramic piece is fascinating. It looks like Mount St. Helens, the big volcano that erupted in the 80s in Washington, just right over the border. Wow. I don't know, do people want this? Like, is this something someone would want? It's $10. Very interesting. Okay, I gotta open it up and see what's lurking underneath this lid. Sadly, it has a big old chip right here when I turned it around, so passing on it. This is a fascinating tray. Can't tell if those are real flowers under the resin. I think they are, but it has some like flaws, so it's a pass. But if it was in really good condition, I might consider it. I've sold this statue, but much smaller. It is solid wood, but it's $20. So that's a pass. This is really cute. $1.99. I would need to add like a hanging mechanism. I don't know if the wood is just too honey colored orange. I feel like the colors are just off a little bit. So you guys know I sell a lot of glasses holders, and this is the first time I found a dog. Look at how cute. It is $6.99. This vase is nicely made, but pretty gross, so that's a pass. This dog is so adorable. Dorothy, 1978. So I was excited about this for a second, thinking I found some sort of like cool, like tiger, but I think someone forgot to finish it. And then I thought, oh, could I finish it? which I know you're probably laughing because we know I do not finish DIY projects, but I don't even know where the head's supposed to be on it. I feel like it's missing, probably somewhere here, but I am just like not figuring it out. So just a small haul of things, but I was looking at other people's carts and some people got some good stuff, so I'm wildly jealous. So I just did not get here at the right time. Some like wood boxes and some brass stuff and some pottery. I was like, oh man, if only I was here a few minutes before, but that's how it goes. Walking into the next thrift store, we're going into Value Village. Always have a coupon, so 20% off. I think my friend Taylor may have hit this up, although today, so we'll see what we get. This Buddha is incredible. It is $14.99, so the price is not incredible, but it's very solid. So I know these are vintage, but I have a hard time buying them because they're plastic and I feel like they just look so cheap. So I think that's a pass on this. There's a matching like wall like planter thing too. Again, plastic, it just feels a little cheap. So I think this must be a candle holder. Like that's why they cut this out there. But it looks like a very cool piece of wood that, yeah, it's handmade, $4.99. I was so excited about this, but it's kind of green. What is all that? I don't know if it can be cleaned. It's $3.99. Okay, let's see if I can scrape some of this mystery gunk off. Well, good news. It does come off, but now it's on my fingernail. This business is gross. This handmade vase is really well made and so pretty. It's definitely giving me like Laura Ashley vibes. Just found this adorable little ceramic swan. $5.49, so steep. This wood frame is adorable. It's definitely old. I like the painted flowers would match that vase. And speaking of frames, just found this wood one. Really great finish on it. I am super into shells right now, so I'm very tempted to pick this up. I do not know what is going on, but all of a sudden I want everything shell. So I'm doing my trick where I am too lazy to go get a cart, so I find a basket in the basket aisle and just put all my stuff in it. This fish flask makes me want to become a drinker because it's so cute. It's $2.49, but I don't really need it. This shaker is absolutely giant and the holes are really big. So what do you use this for? Like Parmesan cheese? Sugar? Like, I don't know. When I first saw this mug, I was like, this is an absolute yes. And then I saw the price and I'm like, now it's an absolute no, which is such a shame. It's so fun, but it's definitely someone's like school project. Another cute swan, but this one is plastic. I really want this little painted box, the dinosaur box, but I don't necessarily want all the rest of the stuff. And this is the problem with the bag aisle. I never wanted anything else in the bag. It looks like someone else may have wanted this box too, and not the rest of it. This ceramic vase is very cool. It'd make a great utensil holder. But sadly, I'm realizing it's missing a lid. That's why this like lip is here. It's to rust a lid on. So that's a bummer. But also the price is a little high. Mom's secret stash of what? Drugs? Like, what is she putting in here? Oh, I guess coins. Well, that's not gonna get her very far. This box is really well made, but it has a bunch of black dots all over it, which I don't know if you can get out. I don't know if it's surface level or if it goes deeper. So sadly, I think I'm gonna pass. Walking into the last Goodwill stop of the day. This is a pretty handmade plate or platter, like the ginkgo leaf. It is $10. Okay, maybe a little more than I'd want to spend. There's this little guy. Oh, another cute folk art hand-painted spoon. Love this one. So much pottery today. This piece is okay. It's only $1.99. That is cheap. This one, well, as I almost cut myself on that. Love the glaze on this, but sadly that is a deal breaker. This is a wild vase with the coils. I turned it over. It's $12.99. So little outside what I would like to spend. You guys, this wild thing is an actual candle. Looks like a bullet. I have never seen anything like this before. So I don't know if this is an actual bowl or if it's a lid to something, because it has patterns on both sides. And unfortunately, a lot of flaking away there. That's a bummer. This thinky man is pretty cool. It's $4.99. I like the kind of blonde tone in the back. That's a nice surprise. I'm gonna get this guy. I wish this picture frame was darker. There's two of them and they're in really good shape, but I just don't love the blonde wood. What do you suppose this is? At first I was like, is it a chunky frame? I think it might just be like a wood dish. These are very cute. They have roosters and little people on them. Love them. I looked them up and they are Libby, like juice glasses. And the comps are okay, especially for them being $1 each. So I may get a set. So I'm realizing as I'm going through them all that a lot of the gold has rubbed away on them. You can see, which is a bummer because this one is like in really great shape, but the rest have a lot of fading. Well, you can always rely on the thrift store to hit you with something profound and thought-provoking in their art section. Now, I know I'm not supposed to be in the lamp aisle because I hate selling lamps, but I kind of like this one. It has an interesting mix of materials, like the wood and the metal, and then this really white glass shade. I was heading up to the register and saw this on top of the bookshelf. It's the most adorable stuffer for $4.99 enamel. So very excited about this. You guys, it's nearly 4 p.m. and I have not eaten lunch, which is I think the reason why I bought this lamp. I've like lost my mind. You guys know I hate buying lamps and selling lamps, but I just really liked it and I'm hungry. This is why you need to bring more food when you're out thrifting for the entire day. So, I mean, it's a great lamp. I don't know if I'm gonna keep lamp. I love lamp, but I need to get some food in me right away. So we're back home in my studio space and I actually have a pretty big haul of stuff to show you that you did not just see in footage. So sometimes I go out sourcing and I don't bring you guys along with me. So we're gonna kick things off with some stuff that I picked up at the PDX Estate Marketplace. It's a huge marketplace event that happens once a month in our area. It's 20,000 square feet of estate sale goodness. It's phenomenal. I got this amazing lidded canister. Loved the blue. I thought it was so good. And then also like this ribbing detail, very textural. So yeah, definitely had to get it. So the one thing I love about the PDX Estate Marketplace is there's so many estates that come into that warehouse sale that you never know what you're gonna find. This particular month was very strong. A lot of interesting and varied stuff. I don't pick up a lot of hand mirrors, but this one, so cool. I mean, look at the shape and the point on top. I love that it was black at one point and this person, whoever owned it before, wore it away from use. Then it now is like this two-tone wood and black. Thought it was awesome. I'm gonna try to show you the mirror part without like showing my entire messy studio space. So yeah, there's my ceiling. But I thought it was in really good shape and I just thought it was very cool the way that it has the wood and the black. So this is on Etsy. A few other things that you're gonna see right now are already on Etsy, but I just love shopping at that market sale because there's so many interesting things. I got a lot of candles. Tons of candles. You guys know I'm a candle hoarder. If you're new here, you may not have seen my epic candle drawer, and I will show you some footage of that right now on the screen so you can see. I love the slim size candles. You don't find them very often. Anytime I see them in white, I definitely pick them up because I use them a lot in styling, and I also burn them in my house actually. The slims are the ones that I actually do burn alongside the tapers. So the tapers are the most common and the most useful. And then after that, I find the most use out of these slims. Never found purple or lavender before. And then also this really cool like chartreuse color. I just thought they were really great. And then I also got a ton of Danish tapers as well. And this is the color I find most often. I have not found blue before. So yeah, really excited about all my candle purchases. I'm definitely a candle hoarder. I just cannot turn down a candle, especially a twist like this. So a couple more things I got at the marketplace. I got this beautiful floral painting, and I actually thought that this was like a print because it's so well done, but no, it's actually painted. It's not a print. It was actually someone's painting. It's just perfect, and the sheen on it is perfect. It has a mate that I actually already sold. It's this one already sold. So I actually listed these at the same time. So just one thing to keep in mind about my Etsy shop is I try to time most of what I drop on Etsy to the timing of the video of when the videos go live. But sometimes I don't know if I'm going to showcase something, so I will just list it on Etsy and then you guys don't know about it. So if you are not following my Etsy shop, it may be worth like hitting that like follow or favorite button. I can't remember what the button is. And then you'll get like notified in your notifications when you go into Etsy if I have listed anything new, because sometimes stuff comes up and people are like, wait, when did you haul that? I'm like, well, I didn't quite haul it yet. I just happened to get it up at the same time I got other things up. So just FYI, I do list on Etsy throughout the week, and it's not always tied to a YouTube video drop. So just as a FYI. So I love folk art animals, like the painted wood ones, and these I thought were so cute. So I had to get them. The colors are so good. The problem is this guy has had several repairs, and it's very subtle, but I totally missed it when I was buying them. It has a repair on his tail, his leg, his other front leg. This has been happening to me lately. I've been picking up mugs and other things, and I have not noticed the like repairs or damage, and it just, because in certain things, it doesn't reduce the value of the item, but in other things, it does significantly reduce the value of the piece, especially when you pay up for something. Like I did pay up for this, and it had these flaws, and I was already starting at a higher price point. So that was a bummer. I mean, that just happens. That just happens. You keep track of it for your business, but check those pieces over, everybody. Check your pieces over. Like spend the time, because I feel like I have been so like rushed going in and out and being excited in the moment and then totally missing things. And it's just been so gutting when I get home. So this may end up having to be for me, or I'm gonna have to sell it for probably less than I got it for, which is such a bummer. So I don't pick up a lot of copper pieces, but I love this one because it has the most perfect patina. And I also really like the little feet. So just a really beautiful piece. This is on Etsy. I'm always looking for copper pieces. I just never see any that just really like grab me. And sometimes they can be so overpriced. It's like always wild to me how expensive copper is, especially compared to brass. And I have much better luck selling brass for higher price points than copper. But this piece I thought was worth picking up. So you guys know about most of my collections, but I have a very large collection of easels, like art easels, which are not that exciting of a collection to show you, but I did get two really interesting good ones. And the PDX Estate Marketplace, where I got these at, I have gotten many a good and interesting easels from. So this one I thought was awesome. It's cast iron, very pointy, very cool. And then this one I absolutely adore because it's just so like minimalist. And again, it's metal. It's just, I love how it has like this loop, and it doesn't have a support bar. It's just like rest right here. Anyways, when you're a vintage reseller who sells a lot of art, having a variety of easels is fantastic, because then you have a bunch of different ways that you can style your art for your photos. And then also I use them around my home on occasion too, because I always am displaying artwork, you know, because of the season. And so it's nice to have some that are more simple, some that are more ornate, and just all the varieties. So I recommend, if you find cool easels like this, definitely pick them up, because they really make your art displaying that much more special. So at Curiosities, where I have one of my vintage booths, there is this like new event space that's connected to the mall, and they have monthly vintage markets and other events. And so I got a few really great pieces at the most recent like flea market event. And this event is still very much under the radar. And I wish more people knew about it, because the selection is really good. I mean, on the one hand, I don't wish more people knew about it, because that means they're competing with me for the good stuff. But on the other hand, it's really important for the success of the mall and the success of the vendors that people know it's worth going to. I think a lot of people think that the dealers at Curiosities are allowed to pre-shop any event that happens in this like flex space, but we don't. We don't get to pre-shop it. Unfortunately, I wish we could. But I know that's not fair. And so they do not allow any pre-shopping. So you are going to get the good stuff at the same time the rest of us are standing in line getting the good stuff. So next one that's coming up next month, you definitely should go to because you got some good stuff. And I'll show you an example of some of the stuff I got at this last one. So I got this amazing original painting, only $4. Now these next paintings I already sold on Etsy when I like stealthily uploaded them. Like this amazing painting, I think I paid 20 bucks for it. It's from 1900. Literally, that is the date on it. I got this very cool one. I think this was 15. And then I think this was only 10. And I'm trying to think if there was another. I thought I got one more painting. But anyways, the deals were good. I got this adorable little pillow. This was $5. I got another needlepoint pillow that I sold that I already stealthily uploaded to Etsy that I got only for $6. So it's definitely worth going to. It happens every month. And then they have like special ones in addition to that happen. So if you're in the area, mark your calendar and make sure you're checking the Flux Event Center like calendar because there's so many good vintage markets there and you can get some really good deals on some fantastic stuff like the art I showed you. And then one really exciting vendor at this market I want to talk about is the guy that brings all of the cool costume jewelry. So I got a ton of these mid-century retro enamel like brooches and I've always wanted a collection of these to put in a frame as art because I always thought it was very cool. But these are usually so wildly expensive, even at like estate sales, but these were only $2 each, which was crazy. And then also some other fun brooches that I picked up. Brooches are extremely hot right now. I am selling them in my booth. They don't sell for like a ton, but usually like 15 is like the minimum I sell them for, and they go up from there. Like this one, very cool brass. This was only $4. So really exciting. I got this awesome brass pendant for only $3. So none of this is like super, super valuable. You're not gonna make a ton of money on it, but it's something that, you know, will help you pay your rent. And definitely take advantage of the season we're in right now where everybody, especially like the younger generations, are loving brooches, just absolutely loving brooches. And I feel like those you can find at thrift stores, no problem, for super cheap. And they're paying, you know, up for them if they're really cool. So yeah, I was very excited about that haul of like costume jewelry. So you guys know my son is getting into reselling a little bit. And so he was recently gifted $10 to put towards his reselling business, which was so sweet. And he was so excited about that. And so this is the item he picked out to sell with his $10. So I wanted to show the person because I think you're probably watching. I wanted to show you this is what he picked up to sell. And thank you again so much for your generous gift and supporting his little entrepreneurial business. He was so excited and he is asking me every day if this is sold. I'm like, Mama Just is gonna list it. So that's the problem with him with this business. He thinks, okay, we got it. Now who's buying it? It's like, well, there's a lot that goes into it. So I always have to remind him the process of being a reseller is not just buying, because that's what a lot of people think. Reselling is just the buying, but reselling is all the other stuff. So anyways, this is on Etsy. This is my son's. It's just very cute to see what he gets excited about to sell for his little entrepreneurial business. So the final two things I want to show you are actually styled on my bookshelves. So we're going to cut to that footage. I've started a new collection. Thankfully, it's growing very slow because I can grow a collection so quickly because I'm outsourcing so much. And then I have so many people like you guys that are looking for the items for my collections. And so it just like it can grow so quick, which is really exciting. But I also am like, oh, it's just so hard to keep like a lid on it and let it just grow organically because I definitely can't just like the collection can just take off. So anyways, very excited about this collection and hoping to grow it slowly. I wanted to show you all the two shell things I picked up in the same weekend. So I got this beautiful crewel, absolutely love it. And this giant shell. This sucker is huge. I do not know what is happening to me. I all of a sudden want everything shell. And so these two pieces came into my life in the same weekend. I decided just to use a little like push pin and put it on the front of my bookcases. I do love when art is hung on the front of a bookcase. I think it's really unexpected and cool. Now, admittedly, this is pretty small for how big this bookcase is, but it brings me joy. So I put it there anyways. So that is all I have to share with you today. Thank you so much for watching. Anything that's going to be available on Etsy is usually linked down below in the description. Thanks again for watching, and I can't wait to see you in my next thrifting and decorating video. Take care.